Stephen Hufford, and rank was CYN3. And and at one time, at Christmas time, Bob Hope, back in the 60s, had a show that he would go to different military bases around the world and put on a Christmas show. And so he did that on our cruise in '69. Came aboard at Naples, I believe, was where we were. And when they came aboard, and he brought all of his entertainers with him, and so we had kind of a deal. And I was assigned to be an escort for one of the Golden Girls for the Bob Hope. And so, it was pretty exciting. Except at that time I was married, so they made me get a notice from my wife it would be okay for me to escort a Golden Girl. So, but it was kind of a thing for my parents and my wife, is because when they fanned the audience, I was right there in front because I had to escort the girls around. So I got my ugly mug on TV, and my family were able to see me. So, again, all I can say is it's the luck of the draw. Definitely a luck of the draw, and I got very lucky. On holidays, Christmas meal, Christmas, Thanksgiving, we had, all the trimmings and what have you. But the only trouble is, the lines were long because it was kind of a layoff day for really the whole crew. But so even though we had I didn't go because they had what they call the Gee Dunk, or a store that you could go down there and buy stuff. All your meals, the chow hall was open 23 hours a day. So everything you ate in the chow hall was free. You could eat as much as you want, drink as much as you want. Of course, there was no alcohol, but eat and drink as much as you want with no cost. But in the Gee Dunk, they had things like ice cream cones and, malts and hamburgers and hot dogs. Those you had to buy. So that's what I would do. I'd just go to the Gee Dunk, buy myself a hot dog, and that was my Thanksgiving dinner. They did have athletic events that you could participate down in the hangar bay, and it was big enough that they could play volleyball and basketball. And entertainment, we did have every division on the ship had a lounge, and every lounge had a TV, closed circuit TV thing. And they did fly on because being serviced in the Mediterranean, we were pretty close, really speaking, to shore. It wasn't that far from shore anytime we were in there. And they had these 2-engine airplanes they called the Goonie Birds. And they they fly in supplies every day. So every day they would fly in the film from the TV shows and movies from the U.S., and they would show them over our closed-circuit TV. So we were just a week late, but we could see most anything that we wanted to see. And so it was, as far as, I guess, being a separation, it was a 9-month tour without being, but we did have our entertainment when we went ashore, when they did their shore calls.